What's up, guys? Coach Wink and I are just doing a little prep right now because we're getting pretty excited. I'm a little overwhelmed right now because we're talking about all the best teams and lacrosse players, and we got like 55 sheets here. We're a little bit of a mess, but we will be organized because this is a pre-show. This is not only a pre-show, it's a pilot show, so we got a lot of time before we get after it, after the new year. And we'll be talking high school lacrosse on Long Island, which is one of my favorite topics. And we know probably more than we should about a lot of different teams, a lot of kids, but we love it, and this is why we talk about it, because we really enjoy it, and we enjoy promoting this great sport, one of the best hotbeds in the world, in my opinion. Similar to how the Huntington Chamber of Commerce is the greatest chamber in the world, right, Cliff?
It's totally the greatest chamber. Did you know that?
I did know that because I watched your show. I watched the Streamcast, The Anatomy of an Entrepreneur.
What do you know?
See, Lori?
I said, he asked me how I knew it. I said, because you say it every Tuesday. That's how I know it.
So we're going to start saying every Tuesday that Long Island lacrosse is the greatest lacrosse in the world. And we're probably going to ruffle some feathers by saying that, but it's the truth, is it not?
No, it's true. I looked at the studies.
It's on Wikipedia, too.
The research center actually did a study with Marist, and they found out that FLG is the most loved lacrosse show on the internet.
Thank you
cool.
for that. I did not know that.
I like to be
I
loved.
appreciate you citing your facts there, Cliff. It makes it more legit.
And what's so cool is we have one person watching right now.
That's cool.
We're killing it right
and
now.
the show hasn't even started.
Yeah, we haven't even gotten after
It
it.
starts at 7:30. We'd like to do pre-shows and talk about what we're going to be talking about.
Do you want to talk? You talked to any parents today? Any coaches?
Oh, I spoke to some great coaches the last few days.
What do you guys talk about?
We just talked about their teams and their goals for the year, and a little bit about where they see their teams and how they're lining up. And I got to tell you something. Whew, there's so much talent on Long Island. I am very excited to talk about it. And every show that we start in the spring, we will have a segment about high school lacrosse where we will talk about the teams, the coaches, the players, how well they're doing, and just to see where these kids are going to college. It's a tribute to these high school coaches and these programs.
You know, it's kind of interesting. I feel like right now, high school lacrosse coaches on Long Island, they're coaching for the love of the game because what's being asked of them to remain competitive is so much more than what it used to be.
True.
They're like doing so many things outside their job description just to stay competitive. And like I heard the other day, I was talking to someone that I don't know if it's a public school or a private school down in Texas, that these guys are being offered like $100,000 just to coach lacrosse in the spring.
Ridiculous. $105,000 to coach a high school lacrosse program, and they're not teachers.
And they're not even teachers.
They're not teachers.
They're just doing that for a couple months.
Yep.
I mean, I'm sure they're doing some stuff all year round, but like Long Island lacrosse coaches are probably doing more than anyone else around the country all year round, and they're not getting close to around $100,000.
My favorite was I was talking to a female coach today who coaches arguably one of the best programs in Long Island, and she's a mom of 3, 5-year-old, 4-year-old, and 1-year-old.
Oh.
Okay? Leaves school, goes home, takes care of her 3 kids, then goes back to the school about 12, 15 minutes from her home to do like night lacrosse at 8 o'clock at night in open gym.
Just to make her team
better. And to help her kids. It's unbelievable. I was blown away, and I hope the parents out there appreciate what these coaches are doing for their kids.
Yeah, parents need to back off a little bit. They need to relax because these coaches are doing a lot more than what they used to do, and they're doing a lot more than what's in their job description. And if you can't just appreciate someone just trying their best and going above and beyond just to make your daughter or son more competitive and eventually help them become great at something they want to be great at, who cares if they don't, meet your expectations? Who cares about your expectations? They're doing everything they can. Isn't that really what's most important? I get frustrated when I hear about how like there's like job openings in these like great communities with like great public schools, and like no one wants it because these parents are such knuckleheads that they're like coming for people because they don't agree with like their kids' playing time or some bullshit like that.
I heard a great line today. A baseball coach said when someone said, "How are your parents treating you?" And he says, "Well, I always have 9 parents who like me." Because there's 9 positions in baseball, and those are the kids that play. And it's sad that parents judge the quality of their coach by the playing time of their kid.
Yeah.
Instead of just appreciating the quality of their coach.
Yeah.
And I mean, we speak to these coaches. I mean, I sat on the phone today with Ryan Gick, who's the Bayport coach, and I could have sat on the phone for 7 hours with him.
He's great.
He had a break between classes, and he was going to get his car fixed or his oil changed, and he was a little behind schedule, so we jumped on a call. So he probably had a 40-minute window.
Yeah.
I think I used up about 38 minutes of it.
Well, that shows you right there what he's about. Like he's more than willing to talk about his program, his girls, the sport. He just loves it, And I think he's really good at what he does too, which is cool.
Yeah, I get all pumped up when I get to talk to these unbelievable. I spoke to another coach, the Riverhead coach. I think it was yesterday or the day before, Coach Ashley, who works for the town of Riverhead and has built Riverhead. They're now going to be the 2 seed. When she took over 7 years ago, they were like the 23rd seed.
Yeah.
It's the highest seed Riverhead High School girls lacrosse has ever gotten.
That's awesome.
I mean, how cool is that?
Yeah, it's so cool.
I got so juiced up when she was telling me about her girls and the talent and the great job that the people in her community are doing to help grow the sport. So
Yeah.
it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool to learn about not just the lacrosse programs around Long Island and their successes, but there's different communities that are just like growing in positive ways besides sports. Their schools are getting better. They're becoming like safer, better communities to raise kids in. Their towns are growing and thriving. There's more small businesses and restaurants and all these great things moving into their towns. Riverhead's a good example of that. It's kind of like a sleeper town that's like an awesome place to be, I feel like, right now. And the boys' side too. I mean, Coach
Oh,
Vic,
yeah.
he built up a great program on the boys' side, which is impressive. So, we at 7:30 yet? What time we got?
7:28.
7:28. Okay, cool. Do we have more than one person watching? Possibly?
7.
We have 7?
Wow.
Let's go.
A little early.
It's a big night. It's gonna be
Early
a big
bird
night.
special.
Yeah. So,
It was?
Cliff, I think what we need is we need at least 10 hats like you're wearing, like awesome hats that if you come on the show early, we should be able to get their address and ship them like a little piece of gear because
Oh, I like that.
yeah, actually, could you model that hat out for us? Because we actually just got these in the mail. We have a winter collection.
Oh my God.
So
You are
these
so
are the, what do you call those? Are those just like,
The baseball caps?
we call them baseball
The
caps?
Navy baseball caps?
This is our producer, Steven Spielberg. Spielberg.
Interesting though, you gave that nice blue winter cap to Lori.
Yes.
She
The win.
wants this cap.
Oh, really? I'll
I
give
go,
you
oh,
one.
I
Lori,
love a
you can
baseball
have
cap.
whatever.
I didn't know you wear baseball
Yeah,
caps.
I do.
You're our official FLG model.
Got to pull the
I know.
ponytail through
I'm
the back.
representing tonight. We're blue.
That's
I
the
like
cool look, the ponytail
Yeah.
through the back.
We gotta get
Did
Frank
you get
some
him,
gear, too.
Frankie?
Frank, we gotta get you some gear, bro.
We'll get Frankie.
Let us know what you want, though.
I'm a big hat guy.
You're a
Are
hat
ya?
guy?
Yeah.
Well, you're coming
What
to
about
the
like a
holiday
snapback?
party, right?
Snapback? Yeah, absolutely.
He'll
We
be
should
here.
get him a
He'll be here on
custom
Thursday.
Holiday
Yeah.
party.
Oh, what do you mean? He's part of our
I wear
team.
Snapback all day.
Okay.
All day, every day.
We'll get you a
He's
snapback.
part of BYG team.
It's the squad.
I buy jeans, guys.
All right, so
7:29.
we'll start the show in a sec. Ask Lori, who you see there, who's not only the official / unofficial FLG model. She's taking questions and comments. You gotta.
She's the BYG eye candy.
Oh my gosh, you're so funny.
Yes, she is. But she's got brains too. So she's gonna
Thanks, Core.
she's gonna keep the show moving and keep us engaged and give us some good content, which is what it's about.
Made me look bad.
Yeah, I just went up to you, Cliff.
Not easy.
Well, it's your show.
All right. So tonight, what's tonight about?
Tonight's about the Long Island Lacrosse Journal. We're going to be talking about Long Island lacrosse.
What is the Long Island Lacrosse Journal?
I like to compare it to another lacrosse magazine called Face. What's it called? Face
Off?
Face Off magazine, which is Inside Lacrosse does, and they do it about all the college teams, and it's a preview. So Long Island Lacrosse Journal we started last year, and it's a preview of all of the high school teams on Long Island: Nassau, Suffolk, parochial, boys, girls, every team.
Awesome. So inside this Long Island Lacrosse Journal, will you just find previews?
Oh, you'll find so much great stuff. You'll find previews of the team, quotes from the coaches, highlight film. The greatest part, my favorite part, is how it's going to help these kids get recruited because every college coach in the country gets this magazine, and they'll be able to click on a name. If there's a highlight film of a player that's in the magazine, it'll be click, watch the kid's highlight film.
So you're telling me that if Joe Smith is a key returner for any school on Long Island, and you see his name in the magazine under key returners, you can click that name, goes right to the highlight video.
If there's a highlight film that we could find that our stud intern Ryan Myers can find, it'll be in there.
That's pretty cool.
So everybody that's a key returner should have a highlight film. Even the kids that are already committed. Why shouldn't everybody see the great players that are committed, like Kelsey Chama and who else do I got there? And Dylan Palinetti and all these quality players and Colin Hart and Louis Perfetto, all those kids. The Bellis, I mean, every kid's video should be in this magazine.
So in the magazine, talk a little bit about, you got some featured articles, I heard. Can you maybe share one article that we might be featuring, or are we not doing that yet?
I think we could. You want to talk about the one we just interviewed last week?
Yeah, I think it's worth knowing. I think there's a lot of people that would appreciate an article on this man, considering what he's done for the sport here on Long Island.
Yeah, well, I'll take you back a little bit to last year. Last year, arguably one of the greatest coaches in New York State retired. Matter of fact, two great coaches retired, but one on Long Island, Scotty Craig from West Islip. So we did a big article on him and his career and the great job he did at West Islip. This year, one of the feature articles is going to be on a gentleman who's still coaching, and it's going to be on with he's better known as JK. I'm just going to say JK, and we're going to see
we'll figure it out.
Who out there knows who JK is.
Okay, very cool.
You can post to Lori on the Facebook who JK is, if you know who JK is.
Who is JK? That's the first question of the night. Featured article, first featured article. Who do you think it is, Cliff?
Just kidding.
Good guess,
Possibly.
Cliff. Good guess.
I'm not going to say if you're right or wrong. We'll let you know later at the end of the show. Keep it out there. JK, who is he? Now, what about who? You have people advertising in the magazine? Are there going to be brands in there that people might recognize? What else can you see from a content perspective?
Yeah, there's going to be advertisers. There's going to be some cool features like the all-name team.
What is the all-name team?
Just, names that are really cool names.
Yep.
I'll throw one out there that I happen to love. Madigan Miller. That's a stud from Bayport. It's just Kerrigan Miller is now killing it at USC.
Yep. USA player too.
A USA player, yep. And,
so we got the all-name team presented by Panera Bread.
Panera Bread.
They're our sponsor. And then we also have the Ray Enders Award watch list presented by ConnectLax.
That's right.
Which is a software company to help kids get recruited. And what is the Ray Enders Award, and what's that watch list in there?
Well, the Ray Enders Award is given to the most exceptional senior player in Suffolk County on the men's side, on the boys' side. There's been every year they give it to the coaches vote on who they think is the best player in Suffolk County that's a senior. And I'll give you a little trivia question, little Ray Enders trivia early on.
For me, or are you giving it to the audience?
I'm going to give it to the audience. You know the answer.
Okay.
Okay. Only one long pole has won this award.
Long pole. That's a great question.
I think this award has been going on for how many years?
I think I want to say early 70s or 1980.
You might be right.
I want to say 1970 is the first year.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
So if you're watching the show and you know the answer, let Lori know through Facebook.
There's been one long pole who won the Ray Enders Award, which is the best senior in Suffolk County on Long Island. Good question. I do know the answer to that. Great man, great coach. Little clue. 2 clues. Great man and a great coach. Who is he? All right, cool. So you got the Ray Enders Award watch list. You got the all-name team. What is the GOAT team? I'm hearing a lot about this. There's a lot of hype behind it. What is the All Long Island GOAT USA team? What does it mean? And what's happening with that this year?
Well, there's a company, GOAT USA. It's a clothing company that happens to be based on Long Island. 2 of the 3 owners are lacrosse guys.
Those guys are great.
They're great guys. Arguably the best salesmen in the world.
They are definitely the best salesmen in the world.
I mean, they go to every lacrosse tournament. I mean, you see a GOAT director at every tournament.
No one works harder than these guys.
Nobody works harder than these guys. The optimal salespeople.
We do. Lori has a comment or a question. I'm sorry.
You're getting some answers. So you have You have 3 different answers, 3 different people. So Dan Mayer says Pellegrino.
Now, is this for the Rayanners question?
It doesn't. It's just.
Yeah, that's probably
Yeah.
the Ray. Okay.
Yeah, because
Okay,
Pellegrino was
So Pellegrino is
Pellegrino was the LSM
Played
who
at
went to
Hopkins.
Hopkins. He played at Connecticut High School, but he was not a
Okay.
Rayanners award.
So then you have Frank Groya, Bill Turn.
What's the name?
Bill Turn. The guy who's the guy who's responding. His name is Frank Groya.
Okay.
okay.
His answer is Bill Turry.
That's another one. But Bill Turry was a midfielder, just so everybody knows. Played at West Islip High School and went on to play at Penn State University. But that was not right. He
Okay,
was a
so
short stick. He
two
might have
guess-
won the Ray. I don't know if he won the Ray.
But
he
he's a
probably
short
did. He
stick.
was such a good player.
Yeah.
But he was not a long stick.
Yeah.
That's it so far.
That's it for the
Okay.
guesses.
So we don't have it. Keep guessing though,
So-
because we'll get you the answer, but you got to guess it. We're not just gonna give it away for free.
No,
here.
we're definitely not giving it
We're
away.
not just throwing free appetizers at you. You gotta throw something down. At least a drink. Open a tab.
I like it.
You got to be generous. Continue though with the GOAT team. Talk to us about what that is.
So the GOAT team was started last year. The sponsor of the event, every winner, I'll take you through how many there are. Every winner gets a GOAT apparel package. And there were 24 seniors, juniors, and sophomores had to play varsity lacrosse, both on the men's and women's side. So throughout all of Long Island,
All of Long Island.
the All
okay.
Long Island GOAT team was 24 2018s. Mm-hmm. There was a 12-person first team and a 12-person second team. Mm-hmm. And then juniors, which is last year was the 19s,
Mm-hmm.
and then sophomores, which were the 20s. Mm-hmm. And then we had a big red carpet event where they all came down to the FLG HQ, had a big party, a big photo shoot. It was fabulous. The kids all got dressed up. And they all got honored, and they got their apparel packs, and it was.
I heard the red carpet event this year is going to be like off the chain, bigger and better than ever. That's what the GOAT guys are. That's what they're telling me. So
The GOAT guys are planning some crazy stuff. I know that they're bringing in Sweet 16 bar mitzvah wedding planner.
they're getting crazy.
They're gonna have like photo booths.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going over the top this year.
How much are we investing in balloons for this party? You think? Are we going over 250 balloons?
Yes, I think we're gonna have the whole
ceiling.
the
is gonna
whole
be covered.
walkway coming into the FLG HQ will be balloons.
Okay. Fair enough. What's the deal with this senior all-star game? Is it coming back? Is it not?
The coaches want it back. The players want it back. Now we just got to make sure that we can make it happen at the right venue. We want to do a senior exceptional game where the GOAT guys are going to expand the senior class, which is the 19s on the boys' side and the 19s on the girls' side, get 24 Suffolk kids, 24 Nassau kids, and have them play an exceptional senior game.
They'll play against each other.
They'll play against each other.
Boys, girls, 2 games, senior exceptional game. They'll get their gear at the game. It'll be crazy.
Unis.
Okay,
The GOAT guys will be selling their stuff. It'll be cool.
That's awesome. So that'll be really neat. That'll be now with senior all-star games. I notice sometimes like if you make it really far, you don't get a chance to play in the game because they have these all-star games before the season's over. Is that going to be the case, or are you going to wait till the state
Come on,
championship?
we're smarter than that.
Okay, cool.
We're smarter than that. This
that
will
frustrates me.
probably be like June 21st, Friday night.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
talking under the lights in a really beautiful venue. These kids, I mean, you're talking about the best 48 boys that are seniors on Long Island and 48 girls.
Yep.
Seniors, I mean, they're going off to college. Every one of them will be high-level kids. It'll be a very cool event.
Sweet. All right, that sounds pretty awesome. So it's safe to say that this lacrosse journal is something that you should definitely get if you're into lacrosse. Is it just for people that, let's say, are from Long Island or are just players on Long Island or coaches on Long Island? Who else would want to read this?
Oh, college coaches will want to read it. Look, just lacrosse fans, grandmas that live in another part. I mean, I know that I follow lacrosse all over the country.
Yep.
So I know, I was talking to Doug Shanahan, who was a great Hofstra player today, who lives in Florida, and he wants to follow what's going on with his old Sachem program. He's a Sachem kid.
Sure.
Who was an awesome football lacrosse player at Hofstra, and I know he's dying to see what's going on Long Island lacrosse. Everybody's interested.
When is the magazine coming out? When's the release date?
March 1st.
March 1st of 2019. That's right before the season starts.
Yep.
So that'll be right on time. And how can you get this magazine? What's the way to?
Well, this year, I think it's going to be the coolest way, and it's going to be an app. So you just go on your iPhone, your Android, your Google, and download it. It's $2.99. I think it's the best value you're going to get to be able to see everything about Long Island lacrosse.
That's awesome. So right on the phone. That's easy. And let's talk about how this magazine is organized. So you have a top 15, is that right, in each county, Nassau and Suffolk, boys, girls. What happens if you're in the top 15? What do you get as a program in this magazine if you're a top 15 team on Long Island?
Well, that's part of the reasons why I was communicating today with the coaches, because it's a full-page article on your team. So if and how you get picked in the top 15, how it's selected is there's a Google form that went out to every high school coach on Long Island, and it's their job to fill it out. Ironically, I filled it out for my high school team, which was 1979. Okay, I had to remember every kid on my team. It took me 5 minutes. It takes you 5 minutes to fill it out. Mm-hmm. Okay, and then off of the ratings, the last question is give us the top 15 teams in your county, no matter what conference, A, B, C, or D. Doesn't matter. And then that data gets put together, and a coaches poll comes out, and that's how we come up with the top 15 in each county.
Got it. And now the teams that aren't in the top 15, they get an article too?
Correct. They will have an article written about them. They could even have pictures on them. They'll have key returners with the links to their videos. So they'll have everything the same. It just they won't have as much detail because they're not in the top 15 from the coaches poll.
Now, what about the parochial teams? You know, the Chaminades, the St. Anthony's, the Sacred Hearts, are they going to be in this magazine?
Great question. Absolutely. Every high school that has lacrosse on Long Island at the varsity level will be in the magazine.
Is Queens part of Long Island?
No.
It is, though. That's what I don't get.
I don't get it either, but I didn't
draw
the borderlines.
I know, I'm just saying.
But if I did, the borderlines would have probably been around Manhattan.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of really, Long Island really is Queens, right?
Yeah, it's on the
But
island.
if you think about it, so is Brooklyn.
Yeah, Brooklyn is too. And
wanna-
Brooklyn lacrosse is growing, which we should talk about. We should have a show on that, on Brooklyn, on the 5 boroughs and what's happening. And we should include one of Cliff's favorite new organizations, Harlem Lacrosse. They're killing. Aren't they great?
Yeah, I like that. That was a great show.
Yeah.
But we're going to be talking about those guys because
Yeah.
they're doing the right thing for the game.
And they'll be in our magazine. We're going to have a full page
Yeah, we're going to do some stuff
on
them.
just like how awesome of a job they're doing and how you can contribute and donate. There's a lot of ways to do that. Equipment drives, you can donate, obviously some money that goes directly to helping operate their business. Then you can even run events yourselves and raise money. That's what we're going to start doing.
Maybe you can do a show with like all the different areas of New York and called Beyond the Boroughs.
Love it.
Oh, I like that.
Well, there's a lot of there's the Bombers, right?
Yep, there's the Bombers, the Brooklyn Crescents. There's now Bronx Lacrosse that Dan Levinson's running.
There's Hoboken Lacrosse.
Hoboken, that's in New Jersey though.
True.
But we can bring into the tri-state area.
Who's our boy from New York City that's on Staten Island that's doing a nice job too?
Chris Gerlach. He's a
Gerlach's
high school coach.
Yeah, but he's growing a lot, of youth lacrosse on Staten Island, which is good. So, all right, cool. So we're going to be promoting the magazine, right?
Yep, we'll be promoting it on social media. We'll be sending them out.
When can we know who's in the top 15? When is that going to be released? Are we not doing that till the magazine comes out?
Ooh, that's a good question. I think we were talking about starting that one on Christmas Day.
We talked about it. I don't know if that's too soon though. So
Well, let's ask the fans.
when do you want to know who's in the top 15? That's question number 3 of tonight.
So what are our 3 questions of the night?
All right, so first question, who is JK? We're doing a feature article on Cliff thinks it's just kidding. That's the only response we've gotten so far, and it's actually a pretty good guess. Even though he's not right, it's a
Or
good
J.K.
guess.
Rowling's.
Could be J.K. Rowling, like the author.
Yeah, the author. Didn't she write Harry Potter?
She's brilliant. I would love. We should get her as a guest star.
She loves lacrosse.
She's awesome.
She loves lacrosse, I heard.
She definitely loves lacrosse.
Yeah, because lacrosse, I
think it's like Quidditch,
what's that game? Quidditch,
cricket, and then lacrosse,
yeah.
like her top 3.
They're similar
Maybe
sports.
they ride those brooms when they're playing lacrosse.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
That would be, if you can ride a broom and play lacrosse at the same time, that's impressive.
Or maybe you're riding a lacrosse stick.
Or just ride and then play Quidditch, I guess. It's kind of like a hybrid of Quidditch and lacrosse.
Yep.
It's a
JK.
person.
It's a
JK is a
person.
person. It's a real life person who's.
Just kidding is
I'm surprised nobody's gotten that one. Some
Question 2: Who is the only defenseman to win the Ranners Award? That's a.
long pole.
Who's a long pole?
I didn't
I'm
say
sorry.
he was a defenseman.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Who's a long pole? And then our third question: When should we be releasing the top 15 for the Long Island Lacrosse Journal? So that's our last question of the night. All right, so now let's talk predictions a little bit. We're going to start. We have a celebrity guest who has made some picks on the boys' side, who's a great guy in the sport of lacrosse. He's an assistant coach for a state championship team, and we're going to talk about whether his predictions are whack or not, or if they're good. So we'll get into that. And then we're going to also talk predictions on the girls' side and then also
Yeah.
with the parochial teams.
Yeah, he did our guest speaker did the boys, so let's start with parochial. Parochial, there's not as many teams in private. There's only 7 to 9 teams on the boys or girls side. So that's pretty easy right now. Hopefully, over the next few years, as the sport continues to grow at the parochial schools, it gets more competitive. But everybody knows on the boys side, it's St. A's and Chaminade.
That's it.
And every year, it's one of those guys.
And now the girls, you got
St. A's and Sacred Heart.
in Sacred Heart. Those are your two. Yeah, you can't argue with that. St. Anthony's on the girls' side. They got a 2020 on the USA team, which is pretty impressive.
Di
Your
Simone.
girl, Katie Di Simone, who's a stud. She's a really good attacker for them. And then they got the Biscardi sisters.
Yep.
One of they both there? No.
They might have graduated.
Yeah, but there's Biscardi sisters that have really, I think, put their stamp on that program and helped get them to the next level.
Well, people don't know is Sacred Heart is coached by a very big lacrosse family on Long Island. You played with and against
Yep.
her brothers, and she's married now. But Coach Molinari O'Connor, Molinari was her maiden name. She was a Sacred Heart girl. Went to Notre Dame. She's now the AD and lacrosse coach at Sacred Heart. Her brothers. Let me come up with the names. Hold on. Cullen, Georgetown.
Terrence.
Duke. And Jeffrey, Harvard. Not so bad.
Good lacrosse.
And she went to Notre Dame. That's some smart genes.
That's impressive. That's
Some
probably
smart DNA, huh?
well,
Producing those 4 kids.
she's built some program up, so she's doing a good
She's
job.
killing it at Sacred Heart.
All right,
killing
so
it.
it's cool to see.
And Summer Ferrara's not doing such a bad job at St. A's.
Yeah, she's great. She's like one of the most likable people ever, and coach too. Girls love her. So.
And they got a stud, the senior, Akira. I think
Oh yeah,
girl going to
Kira
Stony Brook.
Asatella going to Stony Brook. She's awesome. All right, so now let's talk a little bit about the A's on the girls' side. How's that?
The A's? You want to start with
So let's open up our first pit photo. We got one of the studs from Long Beach.
a little Nassau?
Yep, we're gonna go Nassau girls in the A's. Who are your top teams here? Who do you got?
Well, Pequot obviously is the heir apparent
Yep,
because they've been the best team for the last few years.
yep.
And I would probably put, Long Beach is, I would probably put Long Beach more as the 4. I'd probably put Port and Syosset 2-3. You can wiggle them either way.
Yeah,
If you ask me, you want me to predict?
yeah.
I'm going to go Pequot Syosset in the finals.
Yeah, me too. And I think Syosset's going to surprise some people this year. I just love what Coach Lamonaco, just like what she's about. She's a player's coach. She's very knowledgeable. She's positive, and she's built up that program to where they believe that they can do it. And I think this could be the year. I don't know. I think they're gonna.
You
they're
think
gonna
it's
shock
the
world.
Braves' time?
I think it's the Braves' time. So now let's move on to our next photo. Let's talk a little bit about the bees and the girls' side of things. So we got a photo of our girl Kelly Trotta, who's a stud going to Marist for the Indians. We got to showcase Manhasset. They won a state championship last year under Coach Gallagher, who did an unbelievable job bringing this team to the highest of the high for a Long Island team, which is winning the states. Who do you got in your top of the bees for the girls in Nassau County? Besides Manhasset, obviously.
Well, it's a 2-team race, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. And it's the same 2 teams every year since Wantaw moved down to Seas.
Right.
It's Garden City and Manhasset. I'd have to give Manhasset the edge. Obviously, they were, they have younger girls. They stepped up last year. They lost their great goalie, Kowalski, who went to Penn. But they got the Collier girl, she's a good player. She's going to step in, I think, and do a great job. I'm going to give the edge to Manhasset.
Yeah, me too. I definitely am feeling Manhasset again.
You feeling them?
Yeah.
And they got a new coach.
Yeah.
Coach Gallagher's not there anymore, but Coach Clark, I think, will do a great job.
Absolutely.
And they got a great assistant, Jackie Williams, who won numerous national
Yeah.
championships at Adelphi.
And was involved in their state championship as an assistant last year. So I think they're in good hands. That program's moving up. So all right, nice. Let's talk CCs now. Let's move on to our next photo. This is Danielle Carson, one of the best defenders on Long Island. She is, she's a senior that is, leading a team that I think is pretty young. From what I heard, they got some really good young talent. They're going through some coaching changes. They haven't announced their newest coach yet, which is supposed to be out soon.
We know who
And
that is.
We know who it is.
We can't
but
talk about it, though.
It hasn't been released.
Okay.
It's
It's not official.
let's just say they're going to be in good hands, in my opinion.
They're going to be in great hands.
But they're not. They're definitely not the favorites because the
absolutely
favorites. I mean, let's pull up that pic of Cold Spring Harbor. This is the team that just won the state championship for the first time last year in their school history, and they made an unbelievable run last year. And now they're coming back with one of the best teams, from what I've said, quote unquote, from what I've heard, quote unquote, one of the best teams in Cold Spring Harbor girls lacrosse history. So let's see if
That's
they.
saying something.
I know they've had some really good players going through the program, but this is one of the best teams, top to bottom. So
Candy knows what she's doing.
yeah, she's
I know she's married now. It's
Castellane.
Castellane.
Castellane, yeah, I don't know. We know her as Coach Candy.
Yeah, she
Now,
can coach.
Besides Manhattan and Cold Spring Harbor, excuse me, not Wantagh and Cold Spring, we also have North Shore. I don't think you should sleep on them.
No, I think North Shore is going to give Cold Spring their toughest game
Yeah.
in the C's.
Yep.
I think. I mean, they do a power conference, so they do play all the teams, which is great.
Right.
The game I want to see the Cold Spring Manhasset game.
Yeah, that's gonna be.
I want to try to make sure we get to that game. I don't know when it is, but
the Lady Woodstick Classic.
no, that's the Garden City Manhasset one.
Yeah, we're gonna
change the name.
Yeah,
we'll give him another name.
Yeah, we'll give him
another name.
All right, we'll come up with a new name.
We'll come up with a name for that game.
All right, cool.
And then the D's is, I guess it's OB, right?
Yeah, Oyster Bay automatically wins every year.
You want to go Suffolk?
Yeah, let's talk Suffolk girls. Let's go to
The
next photo.
SEC of high school lacrosse.
Is anyone commenting? Anyone have questions about what's going on?
Dan Meyer he said Mike Pellegrino LSM, but he said that before.
Yeah. All right. Good guess.
Grasping.
Or maybe
try,
he
Dan.
maybe he did win it. I don't think he did. He might have won it after this other guy. We'll adjust because
I don't know
these
if he
guys are
won it.
probably googling it. I don't
Yeah, I was
think.
going to say, I think he's doing his homework.
Yeah.
You think he's
I think doing
googling
his
it?
homework. He might be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dan asked, are you Googling the answer?
You're not allowed to do that, Dan.
Are you cheating?
You're not allowed to cheat. That's funny. That's how they do, like on Kelly and Ryan. They ask that question and they
Oh,
Google
yeah,
them
but
the answer.
they do that so fast.
I don't
They don't
like
give
that,
people
though.
time to
I don't like
cheat.
that.
It's too quick.
I don't like that.
Yeah, you're out.
You guys are going to have a wheel soon behind you. We're going to spin the wheel. And
How
Exactly.
gimmicky can we get?
I know, it's not a bad idea.
So we're going to Class A Suffolk.
All right, we have a picture of Riverhead because we like what's going on with that program. We got to give them some love.
Just to
But-
interrupt you, Dan says
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
he's in the gym. So he's not cheating.
Thanks, Dan.
Thanks, Dan.
The
We
Wi-Fi's
appreciate
Thanks
poor
for
in the
watching
gym.
on,
Yeah.
on your phone. Though.
Thanks.
Concentrate. Don't drop the barbells,
Thanks,
Dan.
Dan. Appreciate it. Got it.
Now, is this Kayla? Was that Kayla Kelbasa?
That's Kilbasa, the Riverhead girl.
There's
So,
two Kelbasas.
There's two of them. There's two sisters, and they're both awesome. But the favorite in that conference, you can't. It's not Riverhead.
Oh, yeah. The one seed is Northport.
It's Northport.
I mean, it's.
Is anyone going to beat them? Does
know
Middle
what?
Country have a shot? Does Riverhead have a shot? I don't know.
I give them a shot.
I just
I give them a shot.
I don't know.
I don't. I think this is going to be Northport's year. My gut's telling me it's Northport's year. But they have a shot. You got to. And if you ask me to predict it, it's Riverhead and Northport in the finals. But I mean, Middle Country's got what, 15 seniors?
They do.
So they got the experience.
Yep.
So
They have 3 girls on their team that played in the state championship game in 2017 that were on the field and were impact players that are now seniors.
That's gonna
That's a
happen.
big deal.
it's gonna help them.
That's a big deal.
It's gonna help them.
Not many people
Riverhead
know
is hasn't been in that game yet.
No.
So when I was talking to Coach Ashley, obviously that's going to be the game. If they
Right.
get to that game,
Yep.
that'll be the game.
Sure.
But and Carol Rose, who coaches Northport, everybody knows Carol. She's got more experience than every one of these coaches, and
Yeah.
she's loaded.
And she's pretty dialed in. She's got a lot of senior leadership. I I don't know.
What do
Dan's
you
got
feel?
another answer for you.
Yes.
He wants to win really bad, Dan. Rich Sikowski, Lindy, West Point.
Oh, that's funny. I know Rich very well. Satch is a great man. No, Satch did not win the Ray Enners Award, but Rich Sitkowski is a great man. You know Satch.
Yeah, Satch. It's been a while though.
He played with Mike Riccardi. He played
That's right.
at West Point with Mike Riccardi.
I want to know, are you going to tell Dan at the end of the show who it is?
Yeah, tell him
Because
he's got to
otherwise-
watch the whole show.
Got
And
it.
that
Tell
means
Dan we really appreciate it. All answers will be on the final credits.
Dan, you could potentially be on your elliptical for 55 minutes. So
Poor Dan.
yeah, I'm sorry, Dan.
I got to talk about one player though. One player in the A's because I don't want to get away from the A's. We've been talking about the Kielbasa girls.
Yeah.
And we know, but we got to talk about Olivia Carner.
I think she's like kind of underrated. I don't know why.
Oh, who underrates her?
I know we don't, but I don't know. I just feel like she's just kind of like she just does her thing
Oh,
and
dude, she
kind of
can
keeps
play.
moving. She's a
can
stud.
play.
I know.
She can play. Duke is so lucky to have her.
Duke's
I
got
hope-
some good girls coming off.
I hope they treat her right.
I think we should do a ranking system of the college teams that recruit Long Island the best. Would you definitely put Duke in the top 5?
Yeah, they do, but I got to give BC the number one.
Stony Brook? You don't think?
Well, Stony Brook's number one because it's a state school, but yeah, Stony Brook
but
kills
still,
it.
yeah, but they still get the.
We'll
best
talk
ones.
about the girl that they just got. She's our next picture, I believe.
Yeah, let's put her up. Let's get Jaden Hample up
There
there.
she is. You want to talk about a goat?
This girl is the best. She's really good.
The first time I saw this girl play, I know I tell you the story all the time, and you're probably sick of hearing it.
Yeah.
She was in 8th grade.
Yeah.
Okay, I was
You're catching some 8th grade lacrosse?
I was watching a JV a JV game. It was Northport West Islip. She was in 8th grade, and I remember coming back to the office and going, I think I just saw a girl who could turn out to be one of the best girls on Long Island. And she just committed to Stony Brook.
Yeah, congratulations, Jaden. We're really happy for you.
Oh,
because
yeah.
She deserves it. She works hard. Her sister's up at Army. It's a great family, and they won a state championship last year. And now they're bumped down to the Bees. I don't know. They're gonna be tough to beat. You're gonna have to get crazy and like lock her off. And,
But
like,
you want to get into the Bees now? You want to move on to the Bees now that we're going to talk about her?
Yeah, I think. We
I mean,
should.
I know we're all both big Jaden fans, but we're also big fans of the other two teams
I know.
that they're going to have to battle.
I know.
And I know Nicolosi can coach.
Yeah, he's good.
Obviously, he pulled out a rabbit out of his hat beating Northport last year.
I know. They got hot at the right time.
Yeah, and I saw the first game when he lost by a goal. It was a great game.
Yeah.
Okay, but the two B teams that Coach Wink's all over, and I'm going to do an apology right now because I screwed up last year and did not see this team play, was West Babylon.
Yeah.
Holy cow. I mean, I spent a little time talking to Coach Colleen,
Yeah.
and I don't know what's in the water at West Babylon. I think it has something to do with the parents because they're all,
There's good breeding going on.
oh, there's some amazing breeding in West Babylon.
This is good.
I mean, the Heller sisters?
I heard they're the fastest lacrosse players could potentially ever to come off Long Island.
Yeah, they're being
That-
compared to the Mount Sinai girl that's at Florida, Pareca.
Yeah, that's.
And that girl was like, you couldn't even see her.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like
Speed of light.
It was like the Roadrunner, that cartoon I used to watch as a kid.
Sure.
And
The
and
Roadrunner's wife.
the Heller's girls, from the famous Heller family. For those you don't know, there was a young man back my age. There was a Ronnie Heller who played for the Philadelphia Eagles, played at Farmingdale. Was an NFL. I think he was a tackle.
Yep.
Played at Penn State. He's the uncle of these two young ladies, but Coach Kilgus and who the running mate who's going to Stony Brook is what's her name? I wrote it down because Kayla Downey. Kayla Downey, who's supposed to be unbelievable. So West Babylon, who lost to ESM last year by a goal, because you know who got the ball on the free possession for ESM, USA player Casey Chama, which one of the Hella girls, by the way, is still alive on the U19.
That's right.
One of the Hella sisters. So Casey Chama, we're talking about ESM. So I see ESM and West Babylon going at it again.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, West Islip could sneak in.
Yeah.
Could.
That's gonna be. It's unfair that they all have to play each other in the playoffs without even leaving their county. But ESM, you got to give them the edge based on what they did last year in their conference and their experience. But
Yeah, and I know Becky's won the big one, so I guess you do have to. You know, it's funny. the Suffolk County games are so much more competitive, in my opinion, than the Nassau County girls games. That I think it hurts the Suffolk County teams when they go play in the LAC. Because they what they got to put out
Yeah.
to win that game.
Yeah,
No downtime.
you're giving it your all, and you're banged up and you're injured and you're tired by the time you get to the championship. It's tough. It is.
I watched the West Bab ESM County Finals on Verizon 1 some random Sunday morning, and that's when I called Coach Kilgus and apologized that I didn't get out and see West Babylon. I promise everybody out there, we will see every great player this year.
Yeah,
We will not miss a kid.
100%. Now let's talk about the C's.
The C's.
The last
Another. Oh, they're good too.
So you got Mount Sinai. You have let's put our girl from Bayport up there, Ailish Kelly. You got the Bayport Blue Point, Phantoms. You got Shorewing River. You got the Cats, the Wildcats. You have, you can't forget about the team that's up and coming, West Hampton, who gets absolutely no love. Think about what Coach Mary Bergman's done with that program. Oof. They have one of the best players in America, in Belle Smith, who's a junior. One of the only, I think there's 5 juniors that made the U19 USA top 30 roster. She's one of them. So she's a rising star, which is pretty cool. Who's your favorite in the C's? With this absolutely loaded conference.
You know what? The more I think about it, and I was thinking about this a lot today, I'm going with West Hampton Bayport in the finals.
Really?
Yeah, first time Mount Sinai's not in the finals in a while, right?
Yeah, absolutely. As long as I can remember.
I'm going with that prediction. I'm just feeling that. And I'm feeling Bayport. I don't know why.
Really?
I'm feeling Bayport this year.
Well, they're loaded. They have probably over 6 or 7 girls that are going to be going on to play college lacrosse at some point.
Oh, they have so much talent. It's now meshing it and getting it all on the field.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to have some girls that are going to be coming off the bench that are going to be big-time recruits.
That's a good problem to have.
Yeah. Yeah, the cupboard is not bare in Bayport, Long Island.
Yeah. So Coach Gick, I think if he figures that out, I agree. That's going to be a tough team to beat. But talk about so one thing we're going to talk about on our show, which we'll get into, this could potentially take all night, but the definition of success is something that comes up a lot. And when you talk to Coach Albert Alone, who's built this dynasty in Mount Sinai, on the girls' side, juggernaut. But I think when you win 3 state championships and potentially win 4 in a row, you're flirting with becoming a dynasty. He doesn't really talk about winning a lot. That's not a word that comes up a lot, which is ironic. He talks a lot about leadership. I don't even know if his definition of success is we need to win, win, win. Isn't that interesting to think about?
Well,
someone
yeah.
who wins so much.
Well,
it's
yeah,
really
because,
about leadership.
because when you, it's funny. I'm reading a book right now by, written about the North Carolina women's soccer coach.
Mm-hmm.
And when you read what he has to say, he never ever talks about winning a game because it's everything you do in preparation to be in that opportunity.
Right.
To be in that championship opportunity. And all of that hard work and teaching a young woman or a young man what to do. And he talks about, Mia Hamm. Mia Hamm, everybody knows who Mia Hamm was, the greatest soccer player, arguably women's soccer player. And she played at Carolina. And he just talked about how she prepared, but how hard she worked when nobody was watching.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't when ESPN was showing the finals. It was what she was doing to get to the point where she could be in the finals.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's part of the success of Albert Alone's Mount Sinai team. Those girls really work hard on their own.
Yeah, I agree. And I think the talent pool is pretty similar, right? They're coming from similar types of towns, socioeconomically, the size of their town, the school districts. Maybe one's better than the other, depending on how you debate it. But what are you doing with that pool of talent? How are you developing them in ways that are more than just are you good at catching and throwing lefty? Are you good at dodging and getting to the goal and scoring and defending and all the lacrosse things? I think the leadership and the work ethic component and the big picture things are really what's setting these teams apart. I think there's so much talent. There's so many good programs. The difference is the leadership. And from what I've seen, you can't bet against Mount Sinai, in my opinion. And I'm going to argue this right now because they've proven it, they've shown it, and it's working. And I feel like he's got it figured out. And if he doesn't change his tune and keep doing what he's doing this year, I don't think anyone's beating him in Suffolk. I just don't see it.
Yeah.
So you have this girl, Kelly McGovern Marino. Do you guys know who she is?
Yeah, Kelly Marino.
She says,
Mhm.
I think it's a typo, but it says, I think it's supposed to say we're going to kill it. Does she play?
Kelly Marino.
It
Kelly
sounds.
She plays for
McGovern
West
Marino.
Islip. Kelly, do you play for West Islip? Or
W-I.
WI? Is that what
Yes.
it says?
Yes.
Yeah.
Kelly, you probably will.
Going to kill it.
They're
Yes.
gonna kill it. I know the Marino girl. She's very good.
Marino's very good, and yeah, I think if you play like a team and you guys keep working hard, you absolutely are going to kill it this year. I like the confidence. I like the swag coming from West Islip out east.
Yeah, WI moving from A's to B's after they win it all in A's, they go down to B's.
Yeah, but be careful. Don't get too confident because
Yeah, I mean,
ESM is scary. They scare me. They're really good.
ESM scares me. West Babylon scares
Talk
me.
about Mattatuck. We didn't talk about the D's yet.
Well, we can go down. We'll go down to the D's. I mean, you want to talk about an unbelievable D program on the women's side?
Coach Maloney's
He's the man.
Tuckers, right? They're the Tuckers.
Yes.
Mattatuck Tuckers. It's a nice little town. We should. I think a BYG as a crew should go to Mattatuck
Oh,
and
I
just get
think we
lunch.
should
We should
do-
just get lunch one day. It's a great town.
Oh, Mattatuck
I
is
think we
great.
should do a
Isn't it nice?
remote.
Yes.
What do you guys think? A remote North Fork show from Mattatuck High School.
I think for once someone should travel out to them. I think that would be,
I think that'd be
the right
cool.
thing to do. I don't know if
All right, we'll talk
Can we
about it
pull
with
that
our
off, guy?
producer Cliff.
You don't have the budget.
We're working on the budget. Let's get some
get a
advertising
truck.
dollars.
I would have to double
We'll
my
put it all in a truck.
We got to talk about the Hogue sisters in Mattatuck.
yeah. Talk about the Hogs.
Spelling Hogue, Hoeg. I don't know how many Hogues live in Mattatuck, but there is a Hogue in every grade, and they're going to every major college. I mean, you got
the Hogues
one
have
going
good-
to William and Mary, one going to Virginia, another one going to Virginia.
It's good genes. Parents probably played.
There's some
It's-
good
The
DNA in that
Waltons.
Hogue family.
There's like probably less than 100 kids per class. Would you say?
Yeah, well, we spoke to the boys guy, right? He said 100
They're
kids.
at like 100. Their elementaries at like 80 kids. It's pretty crazy. Small schools doing big things.
All right, we can move to the boys.
We got time for boys.
We got time. Let's
Okay.
bring our guest picker. Our guest picker. Everybody watches Game Day with college football and
Yep.
Lee Corso and Kirk Herbstreit. Well, we decided to have a guest picker on our show. We're bringing in, I mean, arguably, I would say arguably one of the most, if not the most knowledgeable young guys in lacrosse. I mean, he's
Yeah. If
He's
we
young.
did like an all assistant GOAT team, I think he'd probably be on it. He would definitely be in the running for first team.
It's funny because my top two assistant coaches on Long Island is this guy and the Farmingdale assistant.
You like the Farmingdale assistant? He's okay. He's a little salty, but he knows what he's talking about.
These are those are my two favorite.
So our guest picker,
Thomas Zumo.
Tommy Zumo. He was a standout, not just in college,
Four-time All-American in college.
which is impressive.
That's like Mikey Powell.
Was his college career better than his MLL career? You think? He was,
His
he was
MLL
some
ca-
MLL.
He was a great MLL player, but I don't think he played very long.
Yeah,
I don't think he might have played as long in
hung-
MLL as he did in college.
he hung it up when he was at his peak.
At his peak. He
like,
was a
like
peaker.
Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, well, he had to go out and he had to make a living.
Tommy Kobe Bryant Zumo is our celebrity guest picker. So let's talk about, what do you want to start with? You want to start with the A's?
Let's do Tommy's picks. Tommy does Nassau and Suffolk.
So let's start with Suffolk. Perfect. We got Dylan
Oh, you got
Palinetti
Dill?
up there, who just committed to Maryland,
Going to play with the Terps, Palinetti.
which I understand, but I don't understand. But we can talk,
We'll talk
for
to Dill
hours
later.
about that another day,
We'll talk to my boy Dill later.
because I don't know
This
about
guy
that.
could shoot the rock, though.
Yeah, he's really good. That's the only thing we're not debating right now.
Oh,
Is
that
that
kid
he
can
shoots
shoot
really
the
hard.
ball.
Yeah. But anyway,
I haven't seen too many lefties shoot like him in a long time.
yeah, he shoots hard.
Give me a lefty that you've seen shoot like him.
Um,
It's hard.
kid from Hopkins, probably. What's his name?
Oh, Brown?
No, not Ryan Brown. When I played, his name was like that was his name. Lefty. Yeah, it'll come to me.
I don't remember.
He was awesome.
Hopkins always has good lefty shooters.
Yeah, they do.
Well, they got Kyle Marr now, who's not so bad.
Yeah, he's great.
His dad's a good dude too.
All right, so talk about his picks.
All right, so Zooms goes.
Let's go
He just zooms. He goes Nassau A's. He sees Pequin and the Dalers in the finals.
Oh, so you're going Nassau. We're talking Nassau.
Oh, I'm sorry. You want to do Suffolk?
no, that's fine. Talk Nassau.
Yeah, and then Nassau B's. He's got Manhasset, as I say, set against GC. Nassau C's. He's got the Harbor, Cold Spring Harbor against the Wantor Tribe. And that's what D's is only one team, so that's OB, Oyster Bay. That's Tommy Zumo's picks.
So let us know if you agree or disagree with the picks.
Yeah.
I think those are solid.
Well, we'll go through our picks in a second.
yeah.
And then Suffolk A's, he got the Final Four. The kid Palinetti that you had up, Frankie, the kid with Ward Melville. He has Ward Melville, Smithtown West, Bayshore. Watch out for Bayshore this year.
Bayshore is going to be good.
And he has Northport.
Northport is going to be very good too.
I'm going to bring another one into the equation,
Who do you got?
Riverhead.
Wow. I think Riverhead, it's about that time.
Riverhead has a good face-off kid,
Yeah, they do.
and they're going to have the ball, and Vic can coach.
Yes. That guy can coach. There's no doubt about that.
So Suffolk A's, we're talking Tommy's Final Four. Ward Melville, Smithtown West, Bayshore, and Northport.
Smithtown East is not in this conversation. I don't know about that.
Smithtown East right now is a little young.
Yeah.
I think they're a year or
And
two away.
There's coaching holes.
There's no coach yet.
There's no coach.
Hopefully they'll get one.
Yeah, that's a problem. That goes back to our conversation. Why is there no coach in Smithtown East? Explain that to me.
We know why there isn't.
I know. Hashtag parenting.
Hashtag parents, keep your mouth shut.
Hashtag lack of parenting. Lack of
Suffolk.
good parenting.
Suffolk B,
All right.
East Islip, Hills West, Comsawag, Harborfield.
Harborfield's coming off a county championship.
Yep.
They're a bunch of, they call them the goatless team.
They didn't have any goats last year, but they were. Well, Levy's an awesome coach.
Awesome coach.
Does not get enough credit.
I don't think we gave them enough credit. I really.
No, I didn't think they had a goat.
I know. I agree.
The kid who went to Amherst was awesome.
No,
Clementi.
yeah. I think
the goalie was awesome. Urio.
But they just played very well
played
together.
great as a team.
And they deserve more for what they pulled off. And you know what? I apologize for that because we should have promoted what they were about as a team more. But anyway,
right.
they're not doing it again this year. I don't think so, at least.
Who you picking?
Comswag.
You're picking Comswag?
They have a
I'm
tough
picking
time in the big
Comswag
game.
too.
I don't.
But I got to tell you something. East Islip scares me for one reason: the zone. They run a zone that.
But they don't run a great zone like Comswag does.
No, Comswag's the
And
best.
Comswag has the best goalie in Long Island, flat out. He's the best goalie in Long Island.
No, I think he graduated.
Tommy Heller's a
didn't
senior.
he PG? Oh, he didn't PG?
No, he's a 2019. He's a
Woo!
senior.
That could be the difference.
I mean, he's the best goalie.
I think the
in Long
most
Island.
talented one, though, it might be Hills West.
Hills West probably is the most talented top
Is
to
Tommy
bottom.
coaching there this year?
Tommy Palasek is coaching there.
Okay.
They got a great offensive coach. They got one of the best goal scorers in Christian Moulet. They got athletes just
That
coming
kid
out
Brown
of nowhere.
is freak.
Brown. How about
Filardi?
Are you kidding me?
That
That kid is like a Greek
and
god.
there's rumors.
He's built like
There's rumors that one of the best kids on Long Island who plays for a non-hotbed team
I know.
is transferring.
I don't know if that's true though.
Rumors.
I don't think we should start that.
No, I didn't say anything.
I think you're starting rumors right now.
Did I start a rumor, guys? Did I say a name? No.
You almost did.
Okay. C's.
Mount Sinai, Islip, Shoreham, Bayport.
Those are the final four.
Mount Sinai's winning it. I'm telling you.
Hands down.
I don't think anyone's beating them. I don't.
Okay.
What do you think?
I think Mount Sinai's definitely the in my opinion, got the edge. I think Shoreham is young. I think Shoreham's loaded, but young loaded.
Mm-hmm.
They got 21s that are, which are sophomores.
Right.
They're fabulous. I think Islip will make noise because they're so well coached, and they have arguably the best midfielder, in my opinion. I think Jungerkiss is the best two-way midfielder in Suffolk County. Could be on Long Island.
Kid could bring
Like
it.
him and the kid Denenza from St. Anthony's.
Yeah.
Those are my two favorite midfielders.
I like those two
Those
also.
are the two kids. And Shoreham's got the X factor.
Shoreham does have the X factor. Xavier, X-Man R-line.
Let me tell you something.
That kid's awesome. He can carry a team though.
That kid could carry a team. They're
Like,
going to shut him. They're going to be all over him.
I know.
I don't think you can shut him though.
You can't. And Coach Taylor will get around that. He'll get him open because with his box background and his ability to teach how to set picks and create space and get open, it's not going to happen. But
I saw a kid this. Well, first of all, Russell Marr from Mount Sinai.
stud.
He had.
How about Joey Splina Jr.?
He's fabulous.
Kid's been playing at
Joey
varsity since sixth
Joey
grade.
could have one of the highest IQs in the game too.
He's probably the most skilled player, I think. out
Coach's
of-
kid. That's why.
Yeah, that kid does it all, man. He's
But
great.
you know who's a kid who's going to make noise? You remember the kid up and played for Nassau, the sophomore, Tyler Getz.
Oh, that kid's great.
That kid was the best Suffolk midi on that team.
He was awesome. When healthy, he's awesome. That's again Mount Sinai. They're just loaded, man.
I think this is their year.
I agree.
I agree. This is their year.
All right, cool. So that's Long Island lacrosse right
Well,
there.
these Suffolks, I don't want to talk about my Mattatalk and Babylon boys.
Don't count out Port Jefferson.
Yeah, for some reason you're high on them.
They've got some studs. They got two really good players, and I think I don't think they can. I don't know. They beat Mattatuck in the regular season last year. Why
Yeah, I
can't
know.
they do it again?
Yeah,
I just don't think they have the depth. That's the problem.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Let's talk about a few of the players. Let's talk about a few of the players on some of the top teams.
okay.
Let's talk about Massapequa. Let's talk about a kid who arguably Massapequa has two kids. They have four top-notch kids. They got Lufty, they got Gibbons, who's going to Maryland, and then the other two kids that I think are like elite is Petrakis, the face-off kid going to Cornell, and Brower, who's coming off a knee injury, who's arguably the best pole on Long Island.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a man-child.
Yeah, he's awesome.
So that, I think, is their X factor. Petrakis, because they get the ball every time, and then Brower, because he's a shutdown kid.
Yeah. It's the way they play. They're very deliberate. They don't turn the ball over a lot, and they'll eat up clock. They can score goals. It's gonna be very hard to beat them. So I think Farmingdale's got a tough task ahead of them.
I think this might be Piqua's year to get off the island.
Yeah, I think so too.
If I had to put money on it,
I agree.
I would put money on
I
it.
think every Suffolk A school is beatable.
Yeah. Unlike Ward Melville last year and the year before.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
And then Syosset, I got to tell you something. They have a dark horse kid who you and I know about because we follow him because of J.O.
Yep.
Christian Lyons, who's going to Manhattan.
Yeah.
Everybody knows about Jack Monfort, the Yale kid. He's great. And we all know he's going to have to step up if they're going to make any noise in the A's this year.
Yep.
But Christian Lyons is their kid.
Sleeper.
Yeah, he's the sleeper kid.
Yeah, I think he's gonna have a huge season. I agree.
I think he'll put up some big numbers. And then the Dale, they'll always be good because they're well coached.
Yeah.
And they're gritty.
Right.
They got a lot of talent. But
Yeah.
I
And then
think I think they're a year away
Yeah, I agree.
from winning it.
Then you got Port and Oceanside, which they always fight for that 4. Right now, it's been
I
Port.
tell you, Port offensively is so talented.
I know. They just got to put it together. They just got to play organized, good lacrosse. I think they just need to be a little more fundamentally sound. I think that's a big thing for them.
That's true. They are in the penalty box a lot.
Yeah, they need to be a little more consistent there. But you want to talk about some guys in the Bees?
Well, we could talk about GC, who arguably, every year, Coach Fennell, who doesn't get the credit. You want to talk about parenting? They drive him. The parents in that town who think they know more lacrosse than because they live in Garden City
And they played.
the game, 50 years ago. That's a guy who's come back to that school and done an unbelievable job both on the football side. I think he's the defensive coordinator on the football team, and he's the head man in GC Lax. But every year, the Woodstock Classic he looks at as an exhibition game,
Yeah,
and it prepares him for this county championship.
yeah, they're always ready to go come playoff time.
And another kid who doesn't get as much exposure as he deserves is the kid Colin Hart.
Yeah, he's a very good defenseman.
That kid is a cover. He can cover anybody.
Mm-hmm.
I would say behind Brower, he might be my number 2 pole on the island.
Yeah,
So I think they're going to be good. The kid Bacafalo is good. The pole, Basile's good. They got some good young guns. I think GC will be good. If there's a year though that Manhasset has a chance to knock them off, it could be this year.
yeah.
I don't think they have a lot of offensive firepower.
Yeah.
GC.
I just think Manhasset has so much young talent that I think they're going to be good for years to come. So I think their opportunity is going to come. It's not this year though.
You don't think so?
I think GC's too good defensively at the face-off X, and I don't know. I think it's going to be tough.
Oh yeah, I didn't even talk about Coppola.
Coppola's,
How did I forget about that kid? I love that kid.
besides Calderon, he's probably the best face-off kid on Long Island. I mean, Petrakis is obviously in the top 32,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. But Manhasset, you got Arnold going to Penn, Glenn going to Georgetown, Mulholland, who's a sophomore committed to Michigan, and Perfetto, who's going to BU. And then the kid Silos, he's a grinder.
yeah,
So, he's an X factor.
yeah,
In that game,
yeah. He's got to get going early.
yeah. He's got to keep his head on his shoulders. That's what he's got to do. Let's go to the C's, which has been dominated by one school for what? Seems like forever. Right? But I think this year, I don't know.
Well,
I hate to knock your alma mater there, brother, but I think this is the year.
I don't think so.
I think this is the year
Cold
that the
Spring's
tribe.
Cold Spring's not losing.
I think the tribe.
The tribe got it. They've got a new.
They got a new
head.
coach. I like his enthusiasm.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's experienced. He's been around the program for a while, but I don't think anyone's beaten Cold Spring.
I don't know. Cold Spring better not take them lightly.
I don't think they will. Coach Bond's not going to have it.
All right. I mean, Wanto's face-off guy battles. So DiMatteo is the face-off guy at Wantua.
Mm-hmm.
Deej and Gandolfo, DeGennaro and Gandolfo. are the
Best 1-2 punch on Long Island.
DiMatteo had their number. I mean, DiMatteo, I watched that game. I mean, I wouldn't say it was, like crazy,
Yeah,
but this kid can battle.
yeah.
Insignia, Turetsky, offensively, I think it's good. And Cold Spring Arbor, who's their goalie?
That's a good
Who is
question.
Cold Spring Arbor's goalie?
I don't know. They got to figure that out.
You
but-
need a goalie.
Yeah, but they're so good at the face-off X. They're good defensively. They always have some good young guys on offense.
Coach Bond is going to have to
Experience.
pull it out of his ear with the goalie.
He'll figure it out.
All right.
I'm not betting against Cold Spring.
Well, that's because it's your alma mater.
Yeah. I hope someone proves me wrong, though. It would be good for lacrosse in Nassau County, and it would be good for Long Island lacrosse in general. So we'll see.
So you want to talk a little bit about the girls in Nassau?
You can't forget about Coach Soapy's Oyster Bay Baymen, though.
Never forget about them. They're an automatic qualifier.
I know. I think they're going to win the Long Islands, though, this year.
You think they're going to beat Mattatuck, or you like Port Jeff?
No, Mattatuck is definitely the favorite there.
Really? What do you think? Rispoli's going to step up?
Rispoli's going to step up. My boy's been working hard. Coach Soapy always has a good game plan, and I think this is going
His
to be their
10-man
year.
ride is amazing.
Oh yeah, he's one of the best coaches on Long Island that a lot of people don't even realize or know about. Give that guy any team that has more than 14 kids that can catch and throw, I guarantee he takes them to at least a semifinal game.
Oh, absolutely.
He's an unbelievable coach, that guy. Brian,
He
Brian
can coach
Soper.
anything, too.
We have to answer our questions before it gets too late here.
Okay.
JK, who is he?
JK is the famous Jim Casper, Coach Jim Casper, who coached Nassau Community College, Baldwin High School, Long Beach High School. Oh, wait a minute, I forgot MacArthur High School, sorry. MacArthur, Baldwin, Long Beach. And now he's the head man at Locust Valley Falcons.
That's right. So we'll be doing a special on him. And let's talk about the Ranners Award winner, the only poll that we know of off the top of our heads. We could be wrong, but I think we're right.
The famous Justin O'Connell.
We're making him famous.
Well,
He
Justin
will be
O'Connell
famous.
made himself famous.
That's true.
Went
Played
on
at
to play
Sachem.
Sachem,
UPenn.
UPenn.
He's a Quaker.
and now he's the assistant coach under Paul Benway
Led
at
them-
Half Hollow Hills East.
That's right. He helped Coach Benway lead their team to a county
Final?
championship game. Lost, unfortunately, but made it there, which is really impressive last year. So that's that. And then the top 15, you got to let us know when we're releasing that. That's up to you guys.
I'm feeling Christmas
I
Day.
think it'd be a
Christmas
great
week.
little Christmas present to,
Yeah, I think so,
to
too.
do
What
a
do you
big
think, Laura?
social media press.
Christmas Day.
Lori's
yeah,
feeling
absolutely. Why not? Why not?
Yeah.
it. Yeah, I agree.
I mean, Hanukkah's over, so we have to go Christmas.
Exactly.
Yeah,
We passed Hanukkah.
it's okay.
All right. I think we gave the
Yeah.
the fans what they were looking for. I have the rankings right here. I'm not showing them to you, but I have them right here. These are them. You can't see them because only if I turn them around. Okay.
I'm excited. We got a
Right.
double hole punch there.
These are the rankings. Yep. So I can put them in my little folder.
So, so what else? What else can we expect here as we come towards the end of the new year? What's exciting in the FLG world? What's happening? What's next? What's happening on December 20th?
Ooh, we're having a little holiday party for all the FLG families and alumni
So,
at the HQ.
who do you consider an FLG alumni?
Anybody who graduated from our program.
Cool.
All the boys and girls are coming back from college, and some of them are in the working world,
That's awesome.
which is kind of cool. You know, we do a little network, introduce them to parents if they're looking for jobs, and help people get jobs, help people find internships, and just enjoy. I mean, we're the luckiest people in the world. We get to work with great kids and great families, and they're part of our family for the rest of our lives.
Yeah, I'm excited for the kids that are in our program to meet maybe some alumni that play for a college that they want to go to one day. It's good. It's good mentorship as well, not just alumni connection and networking, but it's also, hey, can you mentor this young man or young woman who wants to go here one day? That's the part that I love about it too. So that
Can I go to the party?
Frank, of
Frank,
course.
I just invited him. I invited him earlier.
Oh,
He wasn't
Yeah.
listening.
Well,
He was concentrating.
Yeah, we'll send you an invite to Evite.
And we got our Streamcast holiday party.
And then the Streamcast holiday party.
I heard he's serving natty lights and PBRs, right? Did you say cheap cans?
Yep,
That's it.
spam.
Bring your own
Spam.
spam and cheap cans.
Yeah.
And it's bring your own spam too.
Yeah,
It's
I
not
make a
just
little
serving
flip file,
spam. It's bring your own
BY
spam.
And you can like put the can, the spam stays in the can.
Why don't you just put a little fire outside and they could
said
just? Oh,
Little fire pit.
missed it.
Outdoor fire pit.
I missed it. Sorry.
Only forbidden.
It was funny.
So
when I
our
was doing it
last show before we start the real shows is next Tuesday, right? Because the following Tuesday is Christmas Eve, so I'm obviously not going to be there.
I could be there.
I know, but I have 40 people coming to my house, so I'm not going to be there.
Thank you
And-
for the invite.
Yeah, we don't
Wait a
want to.
minute. You're going to be at my house, so you can't be here either.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, we're busy.
Okay.
Mike invited me to
We're
his
busy.
So the last
We
show
want to
It's
stream the
next
show from
Tuesday.
his,
The
his Christmas
2018
party.
is
It's
next Tuesday.
That'd be awesome.
we will promise you a
That'd be
special show.
bananas.
You know, maybe we'll do a year in review.
Yeah, let's do a year in
Do a
review.
little year in
The
review.
best stories in lacrosse
Yep.
/ outside the lines
Outside Beyond the Game.
over the last year,
Yep.
and then
And then we'll give you a little
I think you should talk
tidbit.
about what's happening on January 8th.
Yeah,
Is that our first show? Right, Cliff?
That's going to
January
be
8th?
the recruiting webinar.
That's going to be we're bringing in Division 1, Division 2, Division 3 head coaches of all top women's lacrosse programs. And it's an opportunity for you to ask them questions about their school, about the recruiting process, ask them about how you can help your own child maybe get on a track to get in front of their school or one like it. And we have a pretty nice presentation too of questions and topics to get the coaches talking and to educate the audience. So
January 8th is the first day of your official show.
Yeah,
correct?
Beyond the Game.
Got it.
You want
Beyond
to
the
tell them
Game.
who the 3 coaches are going to be?
no,
No?
JK?
follow us on
No, JK's a high
won't
school
be on
coach.
it.
These are college coaches.
Follow us on social media at FLGLAX. Also follow the Streamcast Network at the Streamcast Network, I believe. There, you got to put the in.
Good job, Corey.
Thank you. The Streamcast Network.
2-0.
And I think we should tell everyone on social media. We'll let it break.
What are we telling them?
Which coaches will be on our
Okay.
first show. I think that's a good
I
move.
think that's a good move.
Okay, cool.
So until next Tuesday,
We'll see you.
later.
Bye, guys. Good night.